Alright, welcome to another Muck video. I'm going to make this one slightly more interesting, because I'm going to attempt to remember mythology stories that I haven't learned about for a while now, and see how well I can remember them, and then spit them out. Should be interesting, and to make it even more interesting, I'm going to start with Oedipus. Freud's favorite. Basically, this king, he's vibing, just chilling, living his life. When he receives a prophecy that his son is going to kill him and have sex with his wife, who will be the son's mother, obviously. So he takes his son, that's a toddler, and orders someone to take this toddler into the woods, hang him by his feet, and let wild animals eat him alive. You know, could have just killed him right then and there, but no, decided, how about I have you go through immense torture? Anyway, the guy that he sends basically feels too much remorse and ends up giving this child to a random shepherd. And the shepherd's like, yeah, cool, I'll take care of this kid, or whatever. And then this kid does some things. He helps kill a bull. He just does a bunch of cool things. Becomes a king of a place. And then, like, kills a bull, wins. I think he kills a bull. I think he helped with that. Anyway, he wins the hand in marriage of someone. He wins the hand of marriage, and takes control of a kingdom. Well, this kingdom, it starts to have weird events going on. People keep getting sick. There's a giant storm. The god's obviously not happy. And Oedipus, no clue. He has no clue why. Like, zero clue. He's just like, why is this going on? So he gets a local prophet to come into his throne room, and he goes like, hey, tell me what's going on. And this guy's like, I tell you, but you're not going to be happy with the answer. And so, but Oedipus insists. He insists that he tell him the answer. And you know, he just starts to say someone's having familial relations. And I'm just like, huh? Someone dared do that in my city? I must find them and kill them. So he then asks the prophet who it was, and he's like, I'm not going to tell you. Mysteriously, Oedipus's wife runs into another room, which is kind of odd. Forgot to mention that he already killed his father at this point. I'd love to tell you how, but don't remember that part in the slightest, like at all. But yeah. Anyway, his wife mysteriously disappears into another room. He's like, that's weird. And then, like, he keeps trying to beg for the answer. I think maybe his wife didn't go into another room yet, because his wife begs him to not continue to ask the question, which he's really confused by, obviously. And eventually the guy's like, okay, you want the answer? And he goes, it's you. And so Oedipus immediately has that guy killed because he's a king and he can do that on a whim. But his wife runs into the other room after he orders this man's death and is like, he's obviously, and he's like weirded out by this. He goes in after his wife and is like, hey, what's going on? And she's like, yeah, it's true. It's true. Told him everything. Absolutely everything that happened. And he's like, oh shit. And so he has his 3 children and his wife escort him to the gates of the city and exiles himself from his own city until he dies alone. And yeah, he just dies alone. No happy ending for him at all. Which kind of sucks for him, but... let's think. Another sorry, I spaced out a bit there because I was starting to get focused on the fighting, realizing that I have no hunger. Let's see. What other story do I want to tell? I did not mean to eat both of those. I was not prepared for this in the slightest. I did not realize how hard it would be to remember them. We got... Aphrodite. Red Rose. The mythology of red roses. So we all know Aphrodite, right? Goddess of love. Usually depicted as being incredibly good looking. You know? As you usually are if you're the goddess of love. But she's just chilling, vibing, whatever. Bragging to all the gods that she can make anyone fall in love with anyone. And Zeus just eventually just gets tired of her bullshit and so makes her fall in love with a hunter, which Aphrodite does not like that this guy's a hunter because it's a very dangerous job. You know, you can get gored by a wild pig, there's bears, there's wolves, you know, all those things. So Aphrodite begs him to stop hunting, but he still goes and hunts because he needs to hunt to, you know, put food on the table. But Zeus makes it so that a wild boar does score this man alive. So Aphrodite tries to hurriedly rush to him to try and keep him alive, and that is when, on her way to him, she stabs her foot on a rose, and her blood spills on one and turns all the white rose, because the roses used to be white apparently, and turns all the white roses red. And that's why they're a sign of love, because there's Aphrodite's foot blood. Some people would probably be into that, and if more people knew about that myth, there'd be more people buying and sniffing roses. But that's just a society thing. Society. That's a crazy one. I'm gonna be honest. Imagine being that down bad. You're just like, you know what? I'm not gonna like use my godly power. Actually, not just imagine being that bad. Imagine being Aphrodite and not using your godly powers to just give this man food, so that he still has to hunt. Like, that could have been prevented. But I feel like that's with a lot of myths, where it could have just been prevented. Like, how did I just didn't think, maybe if I give him food or money, which I can create on a whim because I'm a god, he won't go and die. But, you know, obviously didn't think about that, and he died. And now we have red roses, which we use as a sign of love, which is honestly kind of fucked up. Just a little bit. I finally have iron tools. I should do a lot better with fighting now. If I don't let stupid things happen. This piggy bank might help me get some fangs too, which would help me survive. Don't worry, I have a ton of apples. I'm not going to use them yet, but in case of emergency, I have apples. But until then, I'm going to be using shrooms. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is my least favorite enemy. And you'll probably see why, because they're gonna kill me pretty fast. Because they hit hard. Oh, see, they hit very hard, to the point that they killed me. which honestly really sucks. Wish they didn't do that. But yeah, that's all for this video. Yeah, I have nothing else to add. Peace.